California taxpayers are facing $500 billion worth of unfunded debt for bloated, gold-plated California pensions for state and local government employees. But guess what? It's about to get worse as California politicians just passed a law allowing double dipping and more pension spiking in this beleaguered system. Coming up, we'll tell you what they just did, how much it's going to cost you, and what we're doing to fight back. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative. And I've brought up the crisis in government pension programs for many years. And on this show, we've covered some of the most egregious pension payouts in state and local government here in California. We face $500 billion of unfunded pension debt just for state and local government pension payouts. This is a crisis because we are supposed to have money sitting in an investment account to pay out all the pension checks to state and local government employees. They're supposed to contribute an equal share while they're working. The taxpayers kick in a piece and the employee kicks in a piece. But guess what? The politicians in California have spiked the payouts without requiring that the state and local governments pay their fair share. Even worse, they've decided to skip the pension payments that taxpayers should be putting in each year because it allows them to spend more money on things like, free healthcare for illegal immigrants at the tune of $13 billion a year. All of those shenanigans are happening. But what's happening now in Sacramento is even worse. They're moving legislation forward that allows government employees at the state and local level to double dip, to do something called the Deferred Retirement Option Plan, DROP. DROP allows government employees to retire in place and still continue to receive a paycheck from the taxpayers. Oh, but they're retired. So you know what that means? They also get to double dip and start receiving their pension check. That pension check is put into a guaranteed 8% return on investment account. Now, guaranteed 8%? I'd love to get a guarantee 8%. What if it gets less than 8%? Well, guess what? You, the taxpayer, have to bail out all of those investment accounts for those pension checks that are being cut early for those employees. And then when the government employee finally retires for real, because eventually they're like, I've got all this money building up on top of my pension. Guess what they get? They get a lump sum, one-time $1 million payout in most cases. Plus, they start receiving that generous pension check directly into their coffers. This is egregious. And I'm going to show you just how bad it is by giving you actual examples of pension payouts. When I say $1 million, that's exactly what's happening. But first, we need to fight to reform this fleecing of the taxpayer. This is real fraud. It's legal because the politicians are passing laws allowing these shenanigans to go on, but you're stuck with the bill. So we need to make this an issue in the upcoming election. As they're cutting important citizen services and giving away goodies to their special interest backers, because all the government unions want this for their members because they pay the campaign price of all the donations and independent expenditure campaigns for all these politicians. We need to expose this because guess who gets stuck with the bill? You do, the average bloke, the average taxpayers out there. So go to the website reformcalifornia.org, and on that page, you can sign up at the bottom, first name, last name, email, phone, and zip code. This tethers you into our growing movement statewide. We also have our pension reform initiative campaign under the Reform California campaigns. And so we have a dedicated campaign focused exclusively on reforming the pension system at the state and local level here in California. So check that out and become part of our fight to take back California from the insanity of the far left. So let me tell you about the bill number. It's AB 1054, and I am the only no vote on this bill. This would allow the deferred retirement option plan, public employees retirement deferred retirement option program. It would set this up. Now, this program has been eliminated in most states because it's the most egregious pension spiking vehicle. But now we are creating it once again here in California. And that's what AB 1054 does, is it creates this deferred retirement option plan. There is the only no vote, and it would be Carl DeMaio as the one nay vote in the state legislature, and there it is, a no vote. I am just shocked that more of my colleagues did not vote this down, because I rose on the assembly floor and laid some of the things out that I'm about to tell you. First, $265 billion in debt, and that's just the calculation of the debt by the Reason Foundation using the assumptions that CalPERS and CalSTRS use, which I believe are Enron style accounting. So we believe it's more than 265, particularly when you add in the cost of unfunded retiree healthcare. We give free retiree benefits for healthcare coverage, free healthcare for these retirees. It's $500 million in debt when you add both the pension and the retiree healthcare costs and true up the numbers. But 265, using the state's numbers, still atrociously insane. So with all that debt, then we come into Reason Foundation's other report, Deferred Retirement Option Plans Expose Public Pensions to Unique Risks. Here, it says that there's no evidence to suggest that increasing these pension payouts to public safety employees in particular has anything to do to retain any staff. It goes on to describe DROP, which is where they get the ability to receive their pension benefit while still working. So they're getting a paycheck in full and a pension check in full. The benefit, the pension checks, are paid out like a typical pension. It's placed into a separate lump sum account. And when the member actually stops working and really retires for real, then they get the lump sum payout. It goes on to talk about the unfunded liabilities that this creates across the country. And we found in the San Diego pension crisis back in 2012, that drop cost hundreds of millions of dollars. It was not budget neutral. So here are actual pension payouts. I want you to go to the website, transparentcalifornia.com, click under pensions, and then look at your local government, or look at the state of California, or just look at the top pensions statewide. And you're going to find these pensions. Here's David Nislet. He got a $1.5 million pension payment last year. That's right, a $1.5 million. Let's go into greater detail. Here, he got a one-time payment of $1.369 million. Now, that means that his annual pension that he's going to get every year with a cost escalator until he drops dead, his annual pension is, doing our calculation, $148,625 just to do nothing but retire. That's per year, plus free medical on top of that. So he's getting $150,000 a year to not work. He's not old. I think he's in his late 50s. So he's got a lot of work left in him if he wanted to work. He's getting $150,000 a year, plus a lump sum, $1.369 million. I think $150,000 a year at the tender young age of 55 is more than enough for someone to live on. Here is Earl Paysinger. He's deputy chief of police and fire. Let's see what he's getting. He got $1.4 million. His drop payment was $1.338. You can go down the list. It's not just police and fire, by the way. We have a variety of people getting these drop payments. Here is, one of the staff members at the Long Beach Public Transportation Company, Robin Gordon Peterson, $1.19 million. and that's a lump sum for a drop pension. We don't know what the annual pension is for that worker. You just can continue to scroll down page after page of $1 million payouts, mainly public safety. But here is Richard Friedman. He's just a City of San Diego employee. He got $1 million. 953,000 of that is the drop payment, nearly $1 million. And of course, the rest of it is nearly $100,000 in pension payout plus free medical. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Massive payouts. We're talking about a website with thousands of pages of these payouts. And many of these are lump sum, but many of these are annualized six-figure pensions that go on and on and on in perpetuity. $500 billion in debt. And when you take a look at the fringe benefit rate, we're talking about a fringe benefit rate of 30, 40, even 50% per employee just for their pension benefits. Notice that in Social Security and a 401k match of like 3%, it's like at most 10% for the average worker who's a taxpayer footing the bills. But no, government employees are easily, just for pension, 30, 40, 50%. This is insane. It's fleecing taxpayers. And here are the numbers. Government data that has been available for many years. And I stood on the assembly floor and I shared these payouts with these politicians, and they went ahead and passed this bill anyway. Insane. Contact your state assembly member, your state senator, and tell them that you are furious with Assembly Bill 1054 and hold them accountable. This is your money. You're paying the bill. And you're not getting $1 million payout with a six-figure guaranteed for life pension, all at taxpayer expense. Until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state.